Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to College Hoops Tonight. As always, I am your host, Austin Samuels. So today we are talking about my very own Washington State Cougars, and after a really disappointing stretch, how they can still make the NCAA tournament, although chances are slim. So first of all, let's look at their past couple of games that have put them in this really tough position. The Cougs have currently lost 5 in a row. It's been really tough the past 2 weeks on them. This past weekend, they dropped away games to UCLA and USC. The USC loss was especially bad on Sunday afternoon because it was a buzzer beater, and that was just really a dagger in all of the Coug fans across the nation. So looking at the Washington State Cougars resume, it's a little weird because all year long we've been really high up in the net rankings, which is the NCAA's proven ranking of college basketball teams. So currently the Cougs are 48th in the net ranking. However, they don't have a lot to their resume otherwise. They're currently 0-6 in quad 1 games. Obviously, the UCLA game and the USC game were both quad 1 games. They weren't able to win either one, so 0 wins in quad 1, that's huge, and that is kind of why they are definitely on the outside looking in as of now. So let's look at the 2 ways that this is possible for the Cougs to get to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2008. So the first road is the Cougs win the Pac-12 tournament. That's kind of an obvious one. Every team who wins their conference tournament gets an automatic bid into the NCAA tournament. Currently, the Cougs are an 8th seed in the Pac-12, which means they will play on day 1, meaning they would have to win 4 games in 4 days to win the Pac-12 tournament. They would likely have to beat USC or UCLA, who they just lost to, or perhaps both teams, which would be really tough. If they did this, they would probably end up as around a 12 seed. So they would end up in a 5-12 matchup if they were able to win out and get to the NCAA tournament. So the other way, the second way they could perhaps get into the tournament is they win out until the Pac-12 championship, and then they lose in the Pac-12 championship, and then we pray, as we would most likely be on the bubble on Selection Sunday. So looking at the schedule for the rest of the year, they play the Washington Huskies twice. They play them at home and away. They also play Oregon State at home and away. Lastly, they get the Oregon Ducks at home to end out the season. Also in the tournament, like I said before, they would probably have to play UCLA or USC or even Arizona, which would be a quad 1 win to get them to that Pac-12 championship game. And if they drop that championship game, I think it would be enough to get them an at-large bid. They would probably be one of the last teams in the NCAA tournament field. They may be playing in a play-in game, which actually would be really exciting, but I think they would probably end up as an 11 seed if they were to make that run and lose in the Pac-12 tournament. So those are the 2 ways that the Cougs can still make the NCAA tournament, although this season has taking a turn for the worse, unfortunately. We will see if they are able to do it in the next couple of weeks. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching College Hoops Tonight. As always, I am your host. Hope you guys have a great week. And this is the only episode I get to say this, but go Cougs.